Welcome to Real as Possible, where two sisters keep it real with hilarious stories from our childhood and honest conversations about faith, life, and everything in between. Welcome to Real as Possible podcast, and today is all things food. But first, let's do a quick little update. Okay. Last time we talked about my ablation. This is a really quick update. Didn't work. I didn't pass the safety test. And now I have a scheduled partial hysterectomy in April. So that's about it. And my blood pressure is not great, which is really weird. So we're figuring that stuff out. Walking every day, right? We've been kicking butt.
We have been
taking names.
Not me. I've just been listening to you guys tell me.
Yeah, we walk almost every day, and then
You guys went for a walk and Ashley drove home.
I did. It's like 5.
It's true.
Yeah,
I didn't want to go for a walk. I was tired.
Yeah.
And I knew that I had to come back.
We've been tired. We went to Chicago yesterday.
Yep.
And
that was fun.
That was fun. I think that one thing I was thinking about, remember how I was like in New York, I didn't feel like this tired than I did in Chicago. I think it's because we had all our kids.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like exhausted from making sure that they were safe.
Yeah.
And
it's just a lot of head counting.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so when you're in New York, you're just accountable for yourself.
Yeah.
And so that I think was why I was so exhausted. But we did the train ride. That was a lot of fun. So a new face here, Steven.
Hello, everyone.
Steven, tell us a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about me. I work with computers, so I'm everyone's on-call IT person.
And mine.
I play lots of video games. I just got you hooked on Breath of the Wild.
Zelda. I'm in trouble.
I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to video games, but not too much. Not like a you don't want me hanging out with your family nerd, but just to enjoy the games and the history and the lore of video games. Kind of nerd. What else about me? I recently got into disc golfing. Shout out Joe and Matt Andrus, who you've heard on this podcast before. They're the ones who convinced me to try it, and I'm kind of starting to like it.
I'm glad because I hate it. I hate disc golfing, and let me just say this, okay? I appreciate my husband because I have tried disc golfing, couldn't stand it. I love pickleball so much, and Joe did not have to try that. I told him, I'm not going to try yours. You don't have to try mine. But he did try pickleball, and he likes it. So, but I do not feel any pressure to return the favor because I hate disc golfing because while you guys have extreme muscles and you're like throwing it, it's taking me 5 different tries to get to the basket, and I'm going this way and the basket's that way, and I'm just so mad the entire time. So that's why I don't like it. But I'm glad you like it.
It is frustrating sometimes.
You like it, don't you?
I do, but Steven has seen me play, and it brings out a potty mouth.
I just can't. I can't do it.
I'm not good at it at all. Like, I'm horrible at it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I try.
Yeah.
I don't, like, hunger for it. Actually, there is a mood that I get in where I'm like, hey, you want to go disc golfing? And it's usually, like, this restless, like, I don't know, I need to get my mind off things kind of mood. I don't know. I did it a lot last spring, but I haven't touched it since then. Like, Matt goes usually all year long in the winter and everything, and he hasn't gone this year. Yeah, he hasn't gone through the winter. I think he went like last week for the first time, and he felt it. He's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're in the weird, like, fake Wisconsin spring right now, and so we're like, oh, let's go play pickleball. Just kidding. It's windy and now it's raining. And today was like almost 80 degrees, but there was so much wind we couldn't play. Did you guys disc golf today? Did you go? Yeah, it was so windy.
Matt's fishing.
At this point, we might as well just get a kite.
We'll just
and
do
some
that
snow
for your
boots.
hobby.
Yeah, like I'm just
it's
gonna
gonna
go
snow
get, like,
next
a
week.
$2 kite and just. But you know what? The wind would shred it at this point.
Yeah.
Like I'd throw it up in the air and it'd be like
Seriously.
it'd be bad.
Yep.
Anyway, so okay, you're into disc golf. What else?
I live in the middle of nowhere. It's
That's
quiet
true.
and dark, but it has its perks. There's a lot of nature.
That's quiet
Like
and
we're a
dark.
troll, like.
Under a bridge. No, that's where I hide from tornadoes because I live in a trailer park.
could just come over to our house when the weather gets bad.
True that. You guys have a basement.
And it's pretty comfortable.
And
so
you chopped down all your trees
that's true. So we
Yeah.
are
this past year.
safe from the trees falling on our house, but also not safe from how hot our house is going to be this summer because we have no shade. So
In other
that's kind
words,
of a
she
bummer.
evicted the birds that she loves to feed.
No, I do have my birds in my little bushes that I won't get rid of. And I
You were
need to bring.
almost gonna get rid of those.
I was, and then I
Yeah.
thought I have to keep something for my birds. And I have to bring back I think I may. Okay. I have a woodpecker that comes back every year.
What's his name?
Toppins.
He's cute.
And I love him. And he hasn't come back because I chopped his tree down. But I thought maybe if I put a woodpecker brick out there, he'll come back. So I'm going to try putting that out this week.
He probably came to my house.
Yeah, she lives in town but has a bunch of trees and she doesn't even try with her birds.
And
And
all
then
these
she's
birds
like, look,
come.
I have a cardinal and 10 of them in my yard. And I'm like, whatever. I can't get a cardinal in my yard to save my life. It's okay. Jesus cares about the sparrows too. That's what I always tell myself when a sparrow comes. I'm like, yet another one. I'm like, he cared about them too. So anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is Steven. He is our best friend. We love him very much. He's like a brother to us. And we have a lot of time laughing. He's like we have a lot of sass and it's a lot of fun. So, but on a serious note, which is not that serious, food. If you ever watch Twister, you will get the reference. Food.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. I love Twister. Speaking of Twister, we watched a really crazy documentary.
I haven't seen it yet.
And it's the one about the tornado that hit in Joplin in 2011. 2011.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing that. I mean, that was heard all around
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the world. And your brother-in-law lived in Joplin at the time, but he
Yep,
was
he
out
was
of
not there.
town.
I think he
or
was out of
something.
town he travels around the world.
Yeah.
So he wasn't there when it happened.
So
And his wife was, if I remember correctly, Caitlin was at her parents' in a different town.
yeah.
I
So while we're watching this, it does kind of hit home a little bit because John, I mean, we grew up with John, her brother-in-law. And so, and we had prayed for someone who had went missing when the tornado hit. And yeah, so it was pretty intense for a while there. And then rewatching it, it was just so intense that Joe and I were kind of just like our eyes and our mouths were like just wide open. And then we watched Volcano, which is another documentary about people who survived
Yeah,
an eruption.
I've seen that one. I think that was the one that you and I both
Yeah.
saw.
I could keep watching those. Joe is like, I think I need to wait a little
take a
bit.
break.
But these are the documentaries that keep me home safe. Where I'm like, I'm okay not going on a volcano.
Oh my
For the rest of my life, I will be okay not going on a volcano. So yeah.
Yeah.
These are things that make me a hermit. People are like, you want to be adventurous? And I'm like, no. People die.
Let's get in my shower.
That's how people die.
I'm just kidding. I am adventurous, but I do.
I think you're getting more adventurous.
That is true. I have
Yeah.
friends that pull me out of my hobbit hole.
Yeah.
And I am very much like Bilbo, where I'm like, I don't think I'm going to go. And then last minute, I'm like running with my map.
And
And I'm like, wait for me.
it's the furthest I've ever been.
Speaking of Bilbo Baggins, food.
What about second breakfast?
They love their food. So when we first started this podcast, we put out there, what would you love to, content, what would you love to hear about and us speak about? And someone put recipes and we were cooking and we're kind of like, okay, we're moms.
Well, you
Steven,
are.
yeah, Steven is awesome, single bachelor.
I'm
that
a food connoisseur.
Yes, but
That's
loves
true.
food and eats a lot of our food. Like we bring him over and we're like,
Yeah.
come eat.
It's
Come try
true.
this.
And
I'm
so-
basically part of their family.
It is true.
Mhm.
Like he comes over every day lately and we love it. And so it's just part of our day. It's true. Steven did live with us. And so he was our cellar dweller, which is exactly what Keller means.
Yep.
Keller.
Living up to my name.
Yep. But it also means little champion. So there you go. But anyway, so we kind of put it out there, like anyone want to put their recipes out there and we'll make it. And we did get a couple. So one of them I got was a marshmallow fluff and it was by my friend Kasaya, but I lost it. I couldn't find it anywhere. So sorry, Kasaya. We don't have the marshmallow fluff. But if you want to resend that back to me, I will post it and we can do that. But so then we made a few of our favorite things and some other things we're going to talk about what we didn't make. So we're going to start with our Reubens, our family Reubens. Our friend Lindsay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to burp.
Do it again.
Wait, I was like, it's coming. Okay. I'm just drinking water. I drink water only now.
It does that.
I guess. But anyway, our friend Lindsay, she had mentioned that she's like, you should do your Reubens. And our Reubens are very like big in our family.
Huge. Yeah.
Every
St.
Patty's Day, we make them. And so basically what we do is we get corned beef brisket. We make that all day in a slow cooker. And then we use obviously the marble
rye or whatever.
Whatever rye you
we
like.
do mixed rye. This year we're adding sourdough in there as well because we just do so many different kinds of rye.
Mhm.
But now we have gluten-free humans
that can tolerate sourdough.
that can do sourdough.
So we do that.
When I say some, it's about 50% of us now.
Yeah.
So
And
we're
so
doing that.
yeah, and then we do. So Joe actually started like we would shred the meat,
Mhm.
and then he would heat it up, like kind of grill the meat after it's been roasting all day. He'll grill it on the Blackstone, and then we like build the. So I'll just say
The tower.
yes, but for me, it's like you have to have the Swiss cheese, you have to have the sauerkraut, you
Mhm.
have to have the Thousand Island.
Yeah.
It just
And
has to
sometimes
all be.
we will go with the Thousand Island, and sometimes we'll do like a homemade.
We did not do homemade this year
Yeah,
because
it's
just
a lot.
we're tired. We baked all day today.
Like we didn't even bake everything you guys wanted.
Can I
us
just
to
say,
bake.
like, people who bake all day have got to just go to bed at 5 o'clock at night. I'm so tired. Like,
It is mentally exhausting.
it is so like some people just really and do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy
No.
baking? Oh,
I
no.
do. I
You
love
do.
baking.
Yeah, you do. Who did you
No.
bake with like the most growing up?
My mom, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom has taught me how to bake.
Yeah.
And I also became a better baker than her. She would probably say that. She just forgets that she's baking. She's doing like 500 other things. And then the cookies come out a little bit flatter and a little bit crispier than they're supposed to be. So I kind of took over
That
the
happens.
baking in the family pretty young. Even as a teenager, I loved it. So I was just like, anytime I knew that we were going to a family Christmas or anything, and I knew we were going to make something to bring, I was like, I just inserted myself because I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does kind of have this as long as your children aren't coming in to interrupt you and you forget, oh no, like when we were making the cookies, mid cookie, my kids are talking to me and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I forgot the baking powder.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, but I know and so these cookies that I made, the chocolate chip ones, they
These
called for
ones.
both baking powder and baking soda, which I thought was really interesting because I don't think I've ever done a recipe this
I
way.
think it's because did you put the baking powder in there?
Yeah, I put both in.
Okay.
They called for both. So I wanted to make sure we did chocolate chip cookies because they are my favorite. And I was going to go with my granny's
Oh, her family recipe.
her family recipe, which is
Nestle Toll House.
just the recipe on the back of Nestle Toll House.
Oh my gosh.
But growing up, we didn't know
Honestly,
that. We just
we called them Granny's cookies. Like we thought she made it.
And
Like
my
she made
mom
them up.
popped our bubble. She's
Oh,
like,
yes.
they're just the back of the Toll House bag. And I'm like, well, everyone has
But I
Granny's
actually-
recipe.
My granny's famous.
Yeah.
When mom said that, I then remembered, like way back in my memories, that we would read off the package.
Well, yeah.
I was like,
but
oh yeah, now that's
when
connecting.
you're little, you're not thinking that way, you know.
No, you're like, my granny makes these and they're delicious.
she packaged these chocolates that I'm reading this recipe off of.
Yeah. So we made this one. This one is like not from Nestle's. This one is
Yeah.
This one
was a crumble.
crumble cookie,
It's super good.
but I think it's even better, I'll say, than the crumble cookie.
I don't know the crumble cookie,
It was
but
Crumble
it was
Cookies
better than
recipe
what I
that
made.
you used?
That's
or-
apparently what it was. Do you want to try it? Did you try it
I
yet?
tried one. They were
Okay.
They're really good.
They're really good. And then I actually really liked how they turned out pretty blonde. And
Mhm.
I thought that, I'm like, oh, that means they might be underdone, but no.
No,
Look at
they're
those.
like
Those are like
perfect.
perfect.
They're the exact texture that a good chocolate chip cookie should
Yes,
be.
those are really good.
Ashley did
Gluten-free.
gluten-free. How do you feel
Nestle
about them?
Toll House? No, I don't. I don't feel about them
Did
at
you
all.
try
Not a
those ones? Do
fan.
you
I
wanna
did
try?
not try those
Do you
ones
wanna
yet.
try
They're
one?
not
I'll try one.
bad.
Okay.
It's just
Let him
Do
try
it.
one.
okay. They're not bad. They're just not what I wanted.
Thank you.
Well, because
From,
it's gluten-free.
it's
They're
gluten-free.
just, the rise isn't there. They're a little
Yeah.
bit more of a cracker.
I feel like they're just more bland. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like more bland. Then you try
They're not
this
bad.
cookie and you're like, dang, that's good.
Isn't that, though, most of our
lot
lives
of
with gluten-free?
gluten-free,
You
yeah.
know? Like,
Well, even my banana bread was bland, and it usually never is. And I made
Yeah.
that gluten free for the girls because the girls need their gluten free option. So I'm like, well, I guess I could have gotten away with one extra banana
Yeah.
to up that flavor.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're not spitting it out, so it's decent.
It's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my mom, she sent us our granny's actual banana bread. I made that, and you made the
Joy
gluten-free
of cooking,
the joy of cooking.
cookbook recipe, which isn't
By
even
the way,
a banana
she has no
bread.
joy. It doesn't bring her
It
joy.
doesn't bring me joy.
We did laugh a lot when we baked
Yeah.
together, but like you could tell we were suffering.
When I
Also, can I just say that you guys picked the only 80-degree
80-degree
day
weather.
in Wisconsin
we
to
didn't get to enjoy
bake?
the weather as much as we should have. We
'Cause
should have
we were
been like
inside
maybe another
baking.
time.
Ugh,
But,
it was awful.
I don't know. I used to enjoy baking. I don't know what happened. Something happened, but I don't know if I just baked so much at one point that happens a lot with me with everything where it's like I have so much of this
Yeah.
and then I don't like it.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna
but
be
I think
real.
that's what happened
It's
with me.
because I gain weight. If I bake, I'm going up on the scale. That's why I don't do it. Because I will eat everything in front of me and the dough.
Same. No self-control here.
I had to go home.
None.
It's also part of the reason why I love baking is because I'm like, well, I can steal a little bit of the cookie dough and no one's
Yeah.
going to know.
Yeah.
I actually didn't take any of the raw cookie dough. I usually would. And
Yeah,
today
she
I
kept
didn't.
telling me I was gonna have a disease, and I'm like, "Shh, I've been eating raw cookie dough since
my
birth."
whole life. Yeah. I almost always do. And today I just didn't.
Joe's
was like, eh.
back there eating some. What you eating, Joe?
I can't even
cookie?
drink
A
water
crumble?
on this
Did you get the
podcast.
crumble one? Is it good?
Yeah, they're good.
It's pretty good. Which
know
one
what you
did you
should've
grab
done?
though?
You
Did
should have gotten the sea salt sprinkled on top as they were cooling.
You should have grabbed these ones because these ones
Are
are
the prettier ones.
are like the ones that cooked a little less.
so they're gooier.
So I feel like they're a little gooier. If you
Throw
want
it like a disc.
piece.
Also, can I say about the gluten-free ones? They taste exactly like when I made chocolate chip cookies one time, but I put a little too much salt in them,
Mm-hmm.
and salt will flatten it out, and then they do have like this
Did they have a salty?
more savory
salty?
kind of aftertaste. It's not
Okay.
really while you're eating it tastes really sweet, but after you're kind of done,
I did do 2 different salts
it
because
tastes
I
a
saw
little
that you
salty.
had the sea salt, and I put
Mm.
that in the cookie one because I was like, oh, there's this salt, but I had a feeling it was going to be weird, but I did it anyways. And then the other one was just the normal fine grain salt.
Okay, so
So I
something
wonder if there is a difference there.
something that Erica Andrus had said. She did message me, and she was like, she really loves baking, but
She does.
she's really good at it too. Like I think she's really great.
Mm-hmm.
But she had said that at first when she would start a recipe, she would do it to the T.
Yeah.
And then once she got used to it, she would kind of change it up and
Nope.
like add what she wants. This
Not doing
girl
that.
will not do that. I love it. This is where my adventure comes in.
Not with baking.
will-
With cooking, I will, but not with baking.
I'll even do it
Same.
with baking.
Baking is
I'll
a
be
science
a little
to me.
adventurous with baking. It is a science, but if you know about the science, it does
don't.
allow you. Like Joe was a dietitian in Nebraska, and so he was the one that taught me about certain spices and certain things. That if it's too much of this, you add this, or too little of this, you would add that. And so, I think that
Google does that too.
Google does do that. That is
But
true.
I still don't care to talk to Google either.
You don't.
Sounds like you're out of a job, Joe. Good thing you don't do that for a living anymore.
So that was I agree with Erica. That's kind of, are you like that though with making savory food?
Yeah, so savory food, I think Steven would kind of go with me on that because Steven comes over for dinner quite a bit, but that's more my jam than baking. Baking is something where it's like it needs too much of my attention, while the savory food is just like, oh, I can do this or something else. Like I can kind of like just mix things together. Like if I do, like I make lamb curry and I do it from scratch, and it's like, to me that is fun.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, there's authority in this and I don't like it. Like I have to make sure
like
I go
authority?
by the rules on this stuff. I don't
Doesn't
like,
do
not-
well with authority.
Check.
This one doesn't let me rebel very well.
Yeah.
It's easy to mess it, like with cooking. If you add something and experiment and it tastes off, you can try and fix it.
Yeah.
With baking, if you add something in and it ends up
You have
making
to
it
start
taste
over.
bad or wrong, you're done. Like
Yeah.
it's just ruined. Usually you've ruined the whole batch.
Like
There's a
you-
couple
yeah.
exceptions, but
Mhm.
typically with baking, it's like, oh, I shouldn't have put that kind of, I shouldn't have used kosher salt, and
Right.
then
Yeah.
it's just gone. Like there's no
Yeah.
way that you can save it.
Well, and we do, I don't even know if I have like regular sugar in my house. Like, cause I usually use like monk fruit or something like that. I don't know if I have sugar in my house. So my taste buds have changed a bit in that area
Same.
when it comes to baking.
Mhm.
So, I had to fiddle with that a little bit because sometimes I'm like, oh, this is, and the gluten free I think really makes it bland. And it sucks because usually sometimes like you hear that they add more sugar to like make it more sweet and everything. And I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'll break it. It's
Yeah.
gonna break. But for me, if I make something and it tastes really good, I have to remember what I used in it, because if I switch it up, like if I use regular sugar in the cookies this time, but then I use the monk fruit sweetener in it next time, and I'm like, why is this so different? I have to remind myself, like, wait a second, that's not how I made it, and I won't like it. Like tomorrow with the Guinness cake, like that's one thing that I'm always asked to make.
I love Guinness cake.
There's like two things in this world in baking that I can do, and it's Guinness cake and it's probably a lemon blueberry cupcakes with cream cheese frosting. Those two things are usually asked, but I rarely make them because they are quite a bit of work. But like with the Guinness cake, I'm like, okay, just stick to the recipe the way the recipe says it. Don't go with like the monk fruit sweetener, because if it was for myself, which I wouldn't make it for myself because it's too much work for just me.
For real. I like making things for other people.
Yeah, I probably would do it. But since it's for Ruben, so we're doing St. Patrick's Day late in our family this year because we were just too busy at the time. We're doing Ruben's tomorrow, and I'm bringing the cake. So I'm like, okay, do it the right way. Don't try and make it healthier. So
You like flinched.
but yeah, there's that.
I would say to when I like to make food for people. So that's like probably one of my favorite things to do. Like if Taylor comes over, she usually likes my sandwiches. Or honestly, the biggest thing that people ask me to make is my skillets. They love my skillets, but so that one I can do like on the back of my hand. Like I know exactly what to do with it. But with baking, I do have to like understand what I'm doing. Like I
Yeah.
can't like I don't stay exact on it sometimes. Like today I like threw in things like you're like measuring it out and I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
I was scared. It's intimidating is what it is. It's very intimidating to me.
It's
And
a
I think
hard.
it's because I'm surrounded by a lot of really good bakers.
Me too. One
you
of
know?
my best friends is one of the best cooks that I know. And so like when she comes over for our house at dinner time, I'm sweating. Like
Yeah.
I'm just so I'm like, but I am a good cook. Like I am a good baker. It's just not what I'm known for.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of like under the radar, I
Yeah.
feel like. I mean, I didn't know how to cook when I first was even married. Joe had to teach me a lot on how to cook.
Yeah.
And so and working at a substance abuse center, I had to cook for 8 people.
Yeah.
And including other like probably 12 people in
Mhm.
all. So now I don't know how to cook, but now I'm figuring out how to do portions, which still to this day I'm terrible at. I will always
We
cook.
always overdo it.
Story of my life. Especially when you're cooking for yourself and you're like, this recipe looks good. And then you're making it and you're like, why did I use 4 chicken breasts? I'm never going to not get through this
How long
meal.
did you eat your
What did I make? Chicken Alfredo with broccoli in it.
Like, and I was proud of you because you ate it every day. Like he's like, I'm gonna
I
have
think
chicken
after day 3,
Alfredo.
I'm like, I'm no.
Yeah,
I was
done.
suffering.
and you hate leftovers.
I despise leftovers.
I was proud of you.
Especially since I'm not cooking is something that I'm learning and growing in literally right now. Like
Yeah.
I've never cooked for myself in my whole life besides like a burger on
Yeah.
the stove.
Yeah.
Like and now I'm trying like meals and recipes and all that stuff and I am excited about it. I've done a few that turn out really good, but I always cook and I'm like, every time I cook for myself, I just need to bring a friend over and like have them eat some of it because otherwise I'm going to eat it all week and then I'll never want to make it again. Like,
Yeah, the
that's
nice
what it
thing
does to me.
about Pinterest is if you click on the recipe, you can put the portion size, and so you can shop for that and cook for that.
I
That
didn't
is
even know
something.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you can hit like the eating for
Serving.
one, the serving or whatever. So that is something that's a little trick that I have to do. But then again, you have certain people that don't eat that much, and then you have certain people that eat, a lot or whatever, and so you're figuring it all out.
Right.
But I don't ever mind having extra food because we have it the next day or I give it away or something. But also, I was just thinking about this. We all grew up in with Mexican culture.
Mm-hmm.
So that was another thing too. So we're part Mexican, you're part Mexican.
Yep.
And so that is something that I feel like there are certain things that I will probably never want. Like I will never want chorizo and eggs. Like
We grew up on it.
I know. And I just
and that's probably
done.
why
But
we're
do you
we're
like
done.
it?
Yeah, no, I have the opposite. Like it's nostalgic for me. So like when I go over to my grandma's house, she usually, if she knows that I'm coming, she will make it that morning. Even if I'm coming at like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
She's like, do you want my leftover chorizo and eggs? And I'm like, yes, warm it up for me, please.
Oh man. I'm like, do you like chorizo?
No.
Yeah. It's like, did you
I used
like it
to. I
growing
used
up,
to
though?
make it like in high school. I remember making it, and I think this is why I don't like it because Dad used to make it for us all the time. It was that in tortillas, and it was so good.
You'd like scoop it.
Yeah, you would just eat it, and I made it one day, and I don't know how he did it, but mine did not turn out that way. It was like runny and gross,
Oh, no.
Yeah, why is
and
it
I
so
couldn't eat
greasy?
it like that.
Because
It
it's
is.
pig.
Very greasy.
But I'll even go to like a Mexican restaurant, and if I read that is in the ingredients of like a fajita, I won't get
get it.
I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
And I'll get something else. But
That's
if Dad
weird to
was to
me.
make it, because I think he made it Thanksgiving, because we do Thanksgiving different with our dad. We kind of do like a brunch style. And I think he made some. But when Dad makes it, I will eat it.
Yeah.
And I
Dad
think it's a
does know how to,
comfort. He knows what he's doing on that. That's for sure, because I can't do it. But I
Yeah.
think it's a comfort thing. When Dad makes it, I think it's a comfort thing.
I love homemade tortillas. That's how every Thanksgiving, we'd have like white people Thanksgiving.
And then
and then
Mexican
you'd have
Thanksgiving.
grandma and auntie and their side, and it would like commingle with each other. And then we would have like the hot tortilla holder. Do you remember that? And auntie always had it. And auntie is our grandma's sister, and they were like best friends.
They're like how you and I are.
Yeah, and they would always have it in the middle of the table, but they would make it from scratch, like on the stove, and we
Yeah.
just, oh my gosh, all the kids. I'm sure we ticked off the parents. We ate them all.
We just made this past week. We made I think it's called caldo de res, but it's just like a beef stew, and it's a Mexican style beef stew, and I love it. And Grandma taught me how to make it.
Yeah.
And as I'm making it, I was on the phone with Mom, and she was like, "Did she ever teach you how to make her spaghetti and her Mexican rice?" I'm like, "She did, but I never wrote it down, and I was like a teenager, so I don't remember any of it. So I'm just gonna have to like
Might
Google
remember.
it and go from there, kind of thing."
Here's what I remember. I remember you make the spaghetti, and it's angel. It's
It's a
angel
very thin
spaghetti.
spaghetti.
And then
You
you
put it in the pan. You don't boil it.
you do boil it first. And maybe you put it in the pan first and
Like,
then you
yeah,
boil it.
but you don't boil it in water. I think she just did it with like a sauce, like
Oh
a
yeah, the tomato sauce.
and it cooked that way. Like it never
Yes,
was
and
boiled
then
in
you
water
put
and then
the-
drained.
Yeah, and then you put the
But I don't know any of the
you
spices
put the
or
beef
anything.
stew. Oh no,
It was so good
we have
though.
to figure this out.
Steven?
Anyway.
Steven,
My
do you know how
family
to make
never
it?
made that,
Oh
so
man.
Yeah, it's
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
I'll never forget her like teaching me at
Mexican
her
rice was my favorite.
I don't like
Yes.
spaghetti at all, but I'll eat Mexican spaghetti.
Mhm.
That was really, really good. Yeah, so that was just something I thought of. We just grew up with really cool, a little bit of culture in our
Yeah.
lives.
And we do that like in
Like
our house.
tamales,
We bring oh yeah, so good. I know why they're expensive when they're expensive.
I mean, they're a lot of work.
They're
you
so much
know?
work. And the
Tamales are so
smell
much
will
work.
take
Are
over your
worth
house.
it, but they are so much.
so much work.
Yeah.
But we do a lot of different culture food in our house. Like we really try to like introduce different cultures to our kids and everything. And like curry is a weekly thing. And Steven, have you come over? You come over for curry, don't you?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Curry is almost a weekly thing, except Liam's just like he'll eat it, but now he's like, oh, curry. I'm like, boy, we didn't get, and
You
it's
gotta,
lamb
like,
curry,
like,
so
take it out of the
it's like-
rotation and then bring it back in like slowly.
yeah. So it's just one of those things where it's like we didn't get this fine dining growing up. You know, we were microwaved kids.
What are some of your staples that you make at nighttime, like for dinner? What are your staple foods?
That I
Alfredo.
cook?
Yeah.
I'm really good at making pot roast because it's easy.
Yeah, that is easy.
I make Alfredo a lot, chicken Alfredo. I haven't yet made my own meatballs, but I make spaghetti and meatballs a lot because it's just something that I grew up with that was like an easy meal for our family.
Yeah.
And that was like one of our like weekly rotations was like
Mm-hmm.
always spaghetti
It's
and
'cause it's
meatballs.
cheap.
And usually you do
Yeah.
a twist, like you
Yeah.
change up the pasta or you make it like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
meat sauce instead of just plain old sauce.
Yep.
And like there was always like a twist with it. But I really like making spaghetti. Or what else do I make? Honestly, just like grilled chicken sandwiches are like my go-to
Ooh,
because
I
they're so
like grilled
easy
chicken.
and they're one of the only
Yeah.
things that I can portion control really well because I can just take a chicken breast, put it in the
Mhm.
air fryer, chop up a little bit of lettuce, tomato, and put it
Tomatoes,
together.
Steven. I didn't know you had
What? You don't like
tomatoes.
tomatoes.
I only buy them in packs of 2 because they will rot.
I thought you didn't like tomatoes.
On
I really
sandwiches, he
don't,
does.
but I
Okay.
cut them thin and I actually cook it a little bit because I don't
Okay.
like them
No, that's
runny.
good.
I don't
Right,
like them
right.
when they're like juicy.
I can't
juicy.
do hot
I can't
tomatoes.
I love sun-dried tomatoes.
I
from
do
the
love
jar.
sun-dried tomatoes.
They
Yeah.
shouldn't be in my house though.
You'll just eat them.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, my tummy hurts.
Yeah. This girl, she shouldn't even have onions and she's just eating them.
I feel
Oh.
like food just doesn't like you.
I honestly was thinking this on the way here because I was like, oh, I just gotta run through a drive-through because I haven't eaten forever and I gotta eat something beforehand. And I noticed I always need to do that before we start a podcast for some reason. It's like, oh my gosh, this interferes with the time and I want to hurry up and eat beforehand. I don't want to eat super late at night. But I was thinking about it and I'm like, my body, and I already knew this, but this is me just like saying like my body really does not like raw onions.
Mm.
And it's not like I'll get heartburn because I hardly ever feel heartburn ever, but I will throw them up.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be like as if I'm dying. And it's happened multiple times. And I'm like, I think I just cannot have raw onions.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like a certain onion or if it's like an amount or what, but there's something about the onions that I can't really do.
Mm.
They're probably going to be best friends with the peanuts.
Really sad for you because I love onion
I know.
so much.
I can only
Especially
eat onion
Qdoba's
if it's cooked.
one onions.
I can eat it all. I love onions.
I
I'm
love
like Shrek.
Isn't that the Grinch?
Just
The
a
Shrek
big
did
old
too?
onion.
The
Oh
Grinch
wait, the
eats
Grinch is Shrek is he's an onion and you have to peel him. Either way,
It's
Ogres
you still
have
gotta do
layers.
it.
yeah, layers. I have layers too, but I also eat them like the Grinch. Yeah, I think also one thing that I love about whether you order out or you make food for people, I just love inviting people to the table.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of my favorite things. I think not just that we, you know, grew up not really eating at the table, and that's just something that's really important to me. I just think also that Grandma Miller, like, really, anytime that we come over, she is like, eat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we're always at her table, and she's like, and you'll be like, Grandma, I'm trying to diet, and she's like, oh, knock it off. And then she'll like
That
make
is
us,
a
you know,
staple in
She'll be
Mexican.
dropped
tell
shoves it in
Mexican
there.
women that you were like, but then they'll talk about your weight.
Right in front of you.
Yeah, like, Grandma, I just said no.
Or they'll
Yeah.
talk about us to their sibling in Spanish, and we
Yeah.
don't know what they're talking about.
Until you're older and you're like, I bet they were talking about
They were
us that
totally
whole
talking
time.
about us. This is why they didn't teach us
Literally.
the Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's probably something. Anytime that our friends come over, like even Steven, when he comes over, I'm like, are you going to eat with us? Like, 'cause
Yeah.
you should. And so always just expect to eat with us because
The only
we
time
enjoy
I
that.
say no is when I have leftovers that I'm desperately trying not to throw away.
Do you have people at work that you can be like, do you want some extra food?
Oh, my
I don't
coworkers
want to
do it,
do
and I
that to
love it.
them. I like my
Oh, no,
coworkers.
totally do it. Just throw it in a little
That's what my
refreezable.
friend Mary
You can
does.
freeze them though. Put them in a freezer
true.
container, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll just thaw this out.
That's somehow worse than leftovers for me. I just like am anti eating something that you have to thaw back out.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like,
Well,
it grosses me
so-
out.
Here's a little secret that's coming out. Matt's gonna because Matt does listen to every episode. Matt's gonna hear it, but I have been putting things in the freezer for later. But really, what it is, I don't want him to know I'm tossing it. So I put it in the freezer, and it's like a set it.
You
and
heard it
forget
here first, folks.
It's like a set it and forget it way back in the back of the freezer. So then after a certain amount of time, you'd be like, oh, we need room. Let's toss this.
Listeners,
This
what is
just
your
in.
cooking confession?
That's
Oh, do I have a
mine.
cooking confession? Joe's singing Usher over there. These are my confessions. I don't think I have a cooking confession. I think I'm pretty honest and open about anything that I'm feeling when it comes to cooking. I don't know. I think I could confess that I need to be more on top of what we're eating at night. That's kind of our thing.
I can't think of if I have a cooking confession or not either.
Yeah, that's
Um,
Ashley's. My goodness, you're the only one.
I
at
guess
this
that's
table.
about it.
I think the only thing I can think of is like, I don't do this anymore because now I just am confident enough to tell people no. But there used to be a time where a lot of people would like cook food or have me over, and they'd be like, "Oh, take this home," and they kind of just like give you stuff. And if it's not like really good, because I don't like leftovers, I used to just like not say anything, take it home, and then just immediately toss it.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
I
yeah.
wouldn't even try to eat it. I would just
honestly
throw
wouldn't
it
be
straight in the
offended.
trash.
I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
But now I just usually tell people no, unless it's something that was really good that I'm
Yeah.
like, I will eat this. Like I
Yeah.
want to have this for lunch tomorrow at work or whatever.
Mhm.
Like my mom's cooking is so good. And like anytime that I go over to her house and there's leftovers and she's like, please take some, I'm like, yeah, throw it in a Tupperware container. And then
Yeah.
I usually that's my lunch for work or whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think for me, like other than the freezer situation, I am awful at making lunches for work. Like
Same.
awful at it.
Oh, I
Quick
always
trip.
loved making lunch for work. That's
No.
probably how I lost my most weight was like prepping and doing
Mhm.
my lunch for work when I worked in Milton.
Yeah, I just wasn't. I don't know. I just look at it like it's boring,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, well, and it's usually the same thing over and over again for a very
Okay,
long time.
but I can eat sandwiches every day. Like I love sandwiches.
Oh, I did. I had sandwiches for 2 months straight, pretty much, and I was like, I got to be over this.
They just
I'm
make
over
me
it.
so happy. I just love them.
Do you put Doritos on them?
I would put the Yeah, but I would get the like high protein.
The
What are they
Quest.
called? The Quest.
The Quest
chips
ones. I've
or
done
whatever.
those ones too.
So yeah. Okay. So
I just love
we
to
did
smash them right on my sandwich.
banana bread because
Yes.
our mom.
Oh, we're going back to the
Sorry. Yes, we got to get back.
Reel it
over
in.
here.
Reel it in.
Real as possible.
We who is terrible at reeling things in. Our mom sent us my granny's actual. It is her recipe
I
for.
saw the handwriting.
Yes, that was really nice
That
to
was
see
cute.
her handwriting. Because our grandma Miller is still alive. Our granny passed away when I was 17
Mm-hmm.
and Ashley was 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I actually was a little emotional today because when I couldn't figure out some of what was written, I wanted to call her.
Right.
And I think that was really hard for me. I wanted to be like, oh, I wish I could just call her and ask, like, is this actually 45 minutes?
Mhm.
Or like, I can't read your handwriting, Granny.
Mhm.
But her cursive is amazing and beautiful. I can read cursive, but sometimes it's just so old and it's been used.
It's
the
faded
recipe,
and it's
Yeah.
weird. And
so that was hard for me. I mean, I think, there are times when we just Google things. And I force myself a lot
Yeah.
of times, unless it's like measuring. I don't mind Googling things. I'm not going to knock it because I'm extremely thankful for my, Alexa and all that stuff.
I remember you using Alexa quite a bit today.
Yeah. But there are
Called
times
out.
where I really force myself not to use it because I'll call mom instead.
Oh, I will totally make a phone call before I use Google.
Yeah. Because
Unless I'm with that person, they don't know
that's
what I'm
just
talking about.
how I remember growing up was our mom calling Papa. Or I still
Yeah.
call Papa.
I still call Papa. Did I tell you about the time I called Papa about my apple tree? Because you know how he has like a
Yeah.
green thumb?
Mhm.
And he's like, why don't you just use your Google? I'm like, because I need to call you first. I'm like,
That's
I'd rather
interesting.
hear it from you
Yeah,
first.
I
yeah.
need expert advice, not internet
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah, I
So
want
you're going to hear
like,
so many different stories from the internet.
I want their
Sure.
advice because it's like keeps you connected to your
Yeah.
parents. It keeps you
Yeah.
connected to your grandparents. And so that was a little bit tricky for me today. I was a little emotional about that, but calling mom and asking her it's fine too. But
Mhm.
yeah, so we made a gluten-free banana from the Cooking with Joy or whatever, Joy of
Joy of
Cooking.
cooking.
That's Ashley's recipe that she sticks to. I did Granny's,
Mhm.
and so we're gonna kind of like. Did you try them yet?
I haven't tried
Okay,
them
we're
yet.
gonna have Steven try them. So
Go
mine
ahead, Steven.
had a little bit of it. I think I overfilled my pan, and
Yeah,
so
yours had a
we
lot
can cut it, but
of like, I mean,
yeah.
so you made two pretty much.
I could have made 2 loaves, and
Yeah.
I should have just stuck to that, but I didn't. So that one's a banana bread.
Okay. Might as well be.
And so I will
Um,
say I don't know how well it held up because I felt like this one was really crumbly, but actually,
It was
not
really
so
good.
bad.
Am I
Yeah.
making these for you guys as well?
No,
I'm good. But let me
we've
do this.
been eating these things all day. And mine's a gluten-free version, which I
Yeah.
probably will never do that again.
Here's what I think. I'll let Steven eat that and I'll tell you what I was thinking. I liked the taste of this one. I liked that I
Uh-huh.
could actually taste the
Banana.
banana.
Yeah.
I liked the moisture and the texture of this one, of the
But
gluten
they've
free.
been out all day, so they probably lost some of that moisture, if that makes sense.
But I'm pretty thankful that this batch did not fall apart as much because
Yeah.
and this
I-
also has chocolate chips
I was
in
say,
it.
and I totally forgot to put chocolate chips in mine, and I usually do. So
I knew she forgot it. That was my secret weapon. Sabotage.
I'm like
You're
struggling.
talking to a lefty.
My left hand is useless. And if you're watching this,
But I
you
have,
just saw.
mine with my left hand too.
I
think it's because I talk
I'm
with my
cross
right
dominant,
so much. I
so
don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a true lefty, so secrets
Okay.
out.
Should I try both of them and then
then
give,
tell
like,
us
a
what you think? Yeah,
synopsis?
yeah.
Okay, let me. I
You
need
don't
a
have to
minute.
give me
Fine, it's
anything. I
fine.
already know what mine tastes like. But yeah, here you go. That's a gluten-free plate.
Yeah,
I
we
was
did. Yeah.
gonna say table, but plate.
Again, we have children that are gluten free, and so
yeah. So I was stuck making gluten-free.
see how like nice that stayed together. I don't know.
Yeah, but let's just try it.
that one might be with a lot of banana in some spots too.
Full disclosure, I am like anti gluten free
Yeah.
baking.
So we were better off
so-
not telling him.
Oh,
But,
yeah, maybe we
yeah.
should have kept it a secret.
maybe
Secret,
we should
secret.
fire
Is
him.
there nutmeg in this?
Yeah.
You put
No.
nutmeg?
Cloves.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah. There's that like holiday taste to it.
Yeah, I thought I tasted
like
like a
gingerbready.
ginger.
Mm-hmm. It's cloves.
Oh.
Because remember, it's not a true
actually quite
banana
good.
bread. It's not a true banana bread recipe.
Get it out of here. Mine wins.
But we found out yours also was like, well, it could also be zucchini. And I was like, oh, mine does that too. But it
someone tell
wasn't
us
with
about
banana.
that. Like ours says, like my granny you could put 6 cups of zucchini, or you could put, 6 bananas or something.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest,
6
I only put 4.
bananas?
I only put 4 in.
Okay, mine only called for a cup of
I
bananas.
know.
This is a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to
Okay,
put
what's
6
your
cups of bananas in
take
there.
on this?
Okay, so
Maybe
I'll tell
we
you what I
can
like
find
about
them.
both of them.
Okay.
I actually like the gluten-free one for the. Not that I'm different than you. I don't like it for the texture. I like the fact that it's almost like a savory kind of bread
Mhm.
because of the
Mm.
clove.
Yeah.
And I like that gingerbready kind of holiday taste. But I actually like the texture of yours because
Mhm.
it's
Okay.
more of what I expect from a banana bread. That one
Yeah.
is a little bit denser.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's a little bit more doughy isn't the right word, but it's like dense. Like when
Yeah.
you bite it, it's like
That one is
it's
denser?
like a it
gluten-free
tastes
one.
like a cake or like a cheesecakey
A
kind of
cheesecakey.
dense, where it's not like heavy or anything, but it's
Dodgy.
just thick.
As
Call.
And this one has a little bit more air in it. The regular banana bread has like
Yeah.
more of an airy kind of bread kind of taste,
Mhm.
which I like in banana bread and I kind of look for. So I prefer obviously the non-gluten-free one. The gluten-free one, however, tastes very good.
Yeah, it does taste good.
And it literally, I would make it for like holiday because it's like a
Yeah.
holiday
It's
bread.
a holiday.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
I don't make it hardly at all. I think the last time I made that might have been like 8 years ago. Maybe.
Holy cow.
Also, fun fact, I don't put chocolate chips in my banana bread because I don't actually like chocolate chips in my banana bread usually. I like the true strong banana flavor.
Mm.
Right.
So anything that like takes away from that for me is kind of like I don't prefer it.
Right.
It's not like I'm gonna
Right.
be like, ew, chocolate chips
Right.
are amazing, and of course they're gonna taste
Yeah.
good. But when I make banana bread, or when my mom usually makes banana bread, that's the one thing she outbakes me in every time. It's like just true banana bread, and I just love that flavor. She makes zucchini bread as well, which is
I love zucchini bread.
Mhm.
knock your socks off.
Yeah.
So good.
This is my first time making banana bread ever. Usually, Jessica will either make
Yeah.
zucchini or banana. So I was really proud of that one. Considering I don't even know what to look for. This was kind of
Yeah.
a blind bake. I didn't even
Mhm.
know what it should
Well, 'cause
look
she
like,
didn't
or
have down how long to cook it either.
she did. I looked
Oh,
at the
did
very
she?
bottom and I could see.
Oh, okay. So I remember that was something that
I
we
was
were
like, oh
worried
no,
about.
I don't know. And then that's when I was like, I wish I could call her. And then I looked down. I'm like, oh, a little further down. Sorry, probably
That is
Hamilton
your
fans.
Stim.
No, no.
That's your latest.
Yes, that is always me. Is if there's a lyric, I will sing it. Okay, so then this is the family favorite, and now I think it's
Mhm.
becoming our family and friends' favorite is the spinach.
Spaghetti.
The
Let's
what?
try that again. Ready? Let's try that again.
Let's try it again.
The spinach dip.
I don't know where spaghetti
We're just
came
gotta
from.
edit in
Spaghetti
big
dip.
letters. Oh, hi, Happy.
You just dipped
Dip
the
the
noodles.
noodles in that sauce. It's spaghetti dip.
I love how this podcast is real as possible, and you guys are laughing for like 90% of it, which is so real.
Enjoy.
Like, it's 100%
It's what we are in
how
real
you
life.
are constantly when you're together.
It's true. It's true story. Yeah, I'll hold your foot.
Thank you.
It's
my
literally
God.
right here. Okay. So
Keep that out of the camera angle. Ain't nobody want to see that.
they're actually okay.
Oh my gosh. Gosh. Welcome to Real as Possible. Your faces are both super red, by the way.
Shh, quiet. I tried so hard to make this thing less pink.
Well, it doesn't help that you're gasping for air while you laugh.
Okay. That is my one to be real. That is one of my insecurities lately is how pink my face is.
You were telling me about that yesterday. Oh,
I know.
my
Okay,
You were
Katy
talking to me
Perry.
about that yesterday.
Did you see the thing where Katy Perry forgot about her mic and she went to sing and it was not there? Did her voice still work? Like,
No,
was it lip sync?
no, I'm still not on my mic.
Oh man. Holy cow. Okay.
Hi, cat.
The spinach
Reel
dip.
it back.
Okay. So, spinach dip. Here's what I'll say. It is on the back of the Norse. Norway.
okay.
The Norse vegetable soup dip. No, the vegetable soup.
What?
Spices. Okay, let me start over.
Let me check this. Okay.
It's Norse.
I
You
went
know,
straight
KN
into like
soup mix. So it's KNORR. Norse vegetable soup mix.
I went straight into flying to Norway looking for the vegetables.
No, I was trying to be like or
or
Norway. Like no way. Okay, anyway.
We can't do it, can we?
Nor. So it is if you want to just follow the back of that, you'll get it. But I will say that because I've been doing it a long time, I really just do it by taste or I do like cup for cup. Cup. Oh my gosh, take me home.
You are home.
Okay. Cup.
You
for
have
cup.
arrived at your destination.
So it's just a cup of mayonnaise or like 2 cups of mayonnaise, 2 cups of sour cream. Mix that up and then put your vegetable mix up in there and then stir. Let that sit for, like
Forever.
But here's your choice in whether or not you want to cook your spinach or
No. Yes.
yes.
I
Yes.
jumped down that road.
Yeah.
I don't even cook your
Calm
dip.
down.
I need to calm down.
Did you say cook your dip? What do you mean?
And all the hillbillies got
Did
excited.
You just say, I don't need to cook your dip. Did you just say that? Roll it back. I'm pretty sure she said, I don't need to cook your dip. I don't want you to because you're not supposed to cook the dip. You're supposed to cook the spinach.
I was thinking of like how you cook artichoke dip. You know how it comes out hot?
This is cold. Do not cook it.
Don't cook it.
Okay? No. So here's the thing. I cook the spinach and then you can squeeze out like the juices. So it's just not too much of a wet spinach. And then you throw the spinach in there. That is all. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients to this recipe. Now, or what I used to do, because mom told me to do this, is you get a frozen box, let that thaw.
Mom likes her frozen spinach.
And then she squeezes out all the stuff and puts it in there. I don't like it that way. I mean, I'll do it, but I like to cook it if I can. So this is a cooked spinach dip. And then the best part of the whole thing is eating it with Hawaiian bread.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to have a bowl, like they used to make Hawaiian bowls for soup.
You just cut
and you
the
cut
sucker.
You
rip it out.
Why did you have to say it like that with the
You can tell
actions?
she really enjoys cooking.
You just gotta cut the sucker.
Okay. Fun fact.
What are we even talking about?
Okay.
Spinach dip.
I'm moving on. I can't talk about it. Okay. So you just dip it. I don't find the bowls unless it's like holidays or whatever, then they'll have it.
See them anymore. The
It's
Hawaiian
like pretty
type.
it's pretty rare that you see them. So now I just find the rolls which are always there and you just dip it. So Steven
I think they
eats
have
some.
gluten-free ones too now.
Sure, yeah, they do. Yeah.
Sure, yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm. Have you had this before?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yes, I've had this before. And
And
yes,
yes.
I do like it.
Yes.
This is at every Reeves hosted like
That's true.
Packer party or
Mhm,
just,
mhm,
a night of
mhm.
gathering. This is this is the staple.
And I think this is the thing that she doesn't make enough of.
I think I make it a lot lately.
No, I mean like in portion wise.
Oh,
it's
always
always
gotcha. Our good friend Ed, he actually requested that it was like, do you want us to make anything? Make the spinach dip. That was like, this is the
request.
and I'll say this,
Mm-hmm.
my Uncle Steve was actually the one
Yeah.
that would bring it every year.
yeah.
And then, so we only got it once a year. That's it
Mhm,
growing
growing
up.
up.
at Christmas. But now, like, I remember when I moved to Nebraska with Joe, I had to have it. So mom gave me the recipe, and then we just started making it every year. And then every time I had a kid, mom would make it for me. That was like something that I was like, can you just make me spinach dip? So that is kind of my comfort food, is probably look, he's going in for more.
I don't know if I have mom make me, like, I'm like, I should call her and be like, is there something that I have you make me every time?
What do I have mom make me? I usually have her make me spinach dip. Skillets. Because
But her
that's where my
breakfast
skillets
burrito was a big one, like down at the campground and stuff.
What?
You gonna make it?
I heard skillets, and all I can think of is that Christian rock band.
Oh, skillet.
Isn't that the band Dad got into? And he was like,
Yeah.
and we're like, oh.
Amy Mafiola, she's amazing. She made us our real as possible aprons.
I think we kept them pretty clean.
I really thought that thing was going to be a mess.
I purposely tried not to.
Oh,
I
not
think
me.
I used every single towel in your kitchen.
So,
and
Joe, you want to throw one over here, and we can kind of show.
just not on the dip.
Right. We kept it really clean. There's just dip all over it.
Originally, we wanted Ashley to
dip.
do it, but she just didn't have the time. And
No.
so this is kind of what we got, the real as
Oh,
possible.
that's mine too. It's got
And
my
it
name on
says
here. I'll help you hold
Ashley
it
on the pocket.
Real
So
as
thank you,
possible.
Amy. You're amazing. She always comes in clutch for me.
She's the one that said to put the name in the pocket.
Oh,
that's
yeah, Bailey did
cute.
say that. She said to see if. But did we show that to Bay? Show her that?
Oh, here.
She got her
Push over
design
that
on there.
while we take
So-
another hour to wrap it up.
Okay, Steven, what do you think? What's your take on all this, and what could we have added, or, I don't know.
I don't know if I can be an expert on what to add, but I feel like the best thing for the baking is the cookies. Nikki, those cookies
Those were so
are
good.
so good. And
I'll
it's
post
really
them.
is like chocolate chip cookies are good no matter what recipe you make. If you follow the recipe, they're gonna taste good. But the texture
Yeah.
is what makes or breaks a chocolate chip cookie for me. And my mom knows this because I rake her over the coals if she makes chocolate chip cookies and their texture is off. I'm like, you need to not do this.
Where's my burger? Let me get
Let
my
me
burger.
take over the cookies because you will burn them. They're not raw.
Yeah.
Okay, people on the internet who are gonna be like, I would never eat a raw cookie. They're not raw. They're baked
They're
all the way
gooey.
through. You want
They're
them to be
gooey.
gooey.
I like it when they're gooey.
And
I
a
think
little bit
this
of
is-
crunch when you bite all the way
right
through.
on the edge.
That's how you know you're done.
Like, there's a little bit of that edgy
Let me see if they're still.
crust on
You
there.
gotta
they're
you gotta
so gooey.
record the crunch.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's gooey.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, so
You
gooey
can-
that you just
you can hear it. There's a
dropped it.
crunch.
I'm not going to do any ASMR. I'm not doing it because I
She
will punch
hates
myself in the face.
ASMR.
I hate ASMR.
Also, please watch the podcast in video form so you can watch Nikki lean over the table and talk into a mic that she set down instead of
I
picking it
can't.
up.
To lean, and I'm over here
can't.
forgetting I had one.
I have the it actually makes me angry if I hear things and I have
My
rage.
kids, Lainey falls asleep to it. She puts ASMR on for
Stop.
sleep. She does.
I could
I
never.
And I walk in there
Mom.
and I'm like, your aunt would be very upset right now.
I just get creeped out.
My kids will come.
It
Oh my
scares
gosh,
me.
I
Like,
can't.
it's weird. There's certain ones
scares
that I
me how
like.
much it makes me angry.
There's some that where I'm like, oh, I kind of like that. And then there's a lot where I'm like,
I've had to lean into
turn
the
it
Lord
off.
for self control because Joe, Joe will
We've been
even-
all over the place.
even when he drinks water out of a water bottle, you can hear
Oh, no,
you
I'm
know,
the
and
same
I
way.
look over and I want to just reach over, but I don't. Instead, I'm like, ew, that was gross. Or I'll say he'll be crumpling a piece of candy wrapper in his pocket, and I'm like, hey, babe, if you don't stop,
Shut up.
if you can't stop doing bad things will happen. That's not hey, could you stop that?
Yeah.
It's more like you need to stop her.
I'm the same
This
way
man
with
is
Matt.
gonna run.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe edit that one out. Okay, anyway,
We gotta go.
That's our segment with Steven and food. Thanks, guys, and we'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Real as Possible. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share the laughs with someone who needs it. See you next time.